everyone, my name is Lenny, and today I'm gonna do a weekly reading. So for the week of May 18th, so that's Monday, May 18th, to Sunday, May 24th. And yeah, it's exciting because this week there's gonna be a new moon. It's a new moon in Gemini. Yay! The sun is gonna enter Gemini within the week, which is my sign. I'm so excited. It's our season. Who else is a Gemini here? Anyway, so the sun is gonna enter Gemini, the moon is gonna enter Gemini, and there's gonna be a new moon happening on so it's May 23, 1:41 a.m. If you're in Philippine time. Philippine or Hong Kong time. Singapore? I don't know. But if you're in this time zone, GMT +8 time zone, we're gonna have our new moon on Saturday, May 23 at 1:41 a.m. So if you want to stick around for that, well, you can't see the moon anyway. So anyway, new moons are a great time for manifestation. If you're feeling called to manifest, you can do so. Anyway, I'm gonna do a reading on the energies that will maybe come up for some of you or all of you. It's a collective reading, so some of the messages may apply, some messages may not. If it relates to you, then maybe listen to the messages. If it doesn't, if what I'm saying makes no sense, then you don't have an obligation to keep it. So just remember that. Just whatever resonates with you, take it. The rest, just throw it out the window. Okay? Yay. I'm so awkward. Okay. I'm gonna start with meditation. What is your meditation for the week? Let's see what the meditation for the week is. Ooh. There we go. This is for your bro chakra or your third eye chakra. And I'm gonna read it for you. Tratak meditation, candle gazing. Sit in a comfortable position, facing a candle. Open your eyes wide and look with a steady gaze at the flame, trying not to blink. Gaze deeply into the flame, noticing the several rings of colors. Gently close your eyes and visualize the flame. Hold the mental image firmly at the point between your eyebrows to purify and strengthen the Ajna chakra. So there you go. So the third eye chakra, as it's written here, is seeing the bigger picture. It feels like it's going to be a very, very good week. To really look at something bigger than yourself, really. Just, it's almost like a week of trying to read between the lines, which is like a communication thing. Trying to read between the lines and seeing what really cannot be seen by the naked eye. So, of course, there are a lot of things that are happening in the world right now, and just really, I feel like seeing what is really up, because a lot of these things we really can't take at face value, so really looking at the bigger picture, really looking, like reading between the lines, figuring out what cannot be seen, not just with collective energy but also in your personal life. What are the things that you can't see right now? What are the energies at play that you can see? What type of energy are you playing with that you're not seeing right now? And I feel like you can't really see the energy, but you can feel it. So what type of energies are playing there? Excuse me. What type of energies are you playing with in your everyday life? And are they types of energies that you want to retain in your space or not? Because it feels like it's really important to understand that. What types of energies are happening that we can't really see. Because we all know, like, the news tells us one thing, but we know like another truth behind it. And it's also like it's kind of like you saying one thing and then you actually doing another thing. So that's a different type of energy at play. So what's the thing that you can't see that is playing also a huge role in your life right now? And it's really important to figure out this week. So what's happening this week? Ooh, Six of Swords. I'm gonna ask for another card first. I'm gonna gather my thoughts on this message. And seven of Pentacles. So Six of Swords, there's movement that's gonna happen this week. There is a movement that's happening this week because your mind is a lot clearer about certain things. So it like what our meditation of the week is saying is like, look at the bigger picture. You're seeing so much more than you used to. So now it's like there's a lot of forward movement that's going on, and that's because you're understanding. It's like you're understanding what's happening with the things that you're manifesting or the things that you're building at the moment, the seeds that you're planting. There's a huge feeling of you're seeing how some of the seeds have grown, and you've realized that, oh, that's not the plant that I wanna plant. It's not the plant that I wanna grow. So you're kind of realizing that this week, and there's some it's like an inventory type of energy that's going on. And you're seeing, your mind is getting a lot clearer about the things that are going on in your life right now. Can I please speak? The things that are going on in your life right now, it's a lot clearer now, and you're progressing in terms of that because you're seeing a lot of the progress that's happening in the seeds that you're planting. So it's if anything, it's a good time to really kind of, it's like a checkpoint. How are the seeds that you're planting? How are they growing into something, into the type of plant that you want to grow? Are you giving it enough water? Are they placed in an environment that is good for it? It's a good time to really kind of make your actions based on what you see, because you are seeing a lot of that this week. Are these things really relating to like your true happiness? Whenever I see the Six of Cups now, I always see it as like a promise that you made yourself when you were born. Because I do believe that when we incarnated into this world, we decided on a type of path that we're gonna take. Like, what type of lessons do we wanna learn this lifetime? What type of kind of contracts do we need to go through, and things like that. So it's like, are you keeping your promise to yourself when you were born? Which means that, are you like following what your soul wants you to follow? It feels like there's a lot of that type of if it's not going to be at like full force, to me, you're going to start seeing those types of truths come out. You're going to see a lot of things, a lot you're gonna see things a lot more clearly starting this week. Which is why, relating to the meditation that we have, it's important that you kind of strengthen your third eye chakra and like practice reading between the lines, reading the energies, seeing what is around you that you can't really see. I feel like there's a lot of that this week. And it feels like really, really good energies this week. And Six of Pentacles. Wait a minute. We have 3 sixes here. I'm not a numerology person, but for anyone who's been seeing like 666s and things like that, this is a sort of confirmation. 6. I'm not sure what sixes are. Anyway, 6 of Pentacles. Things are gonna be moving towards your internal balance. So you really, so like what I was saying here with the 7 of Pentacles, right? Is the plant that you're growing the plant that you wanna grow and you wanna keep? Are the things that you're doing right now in your life, the things that you're working towards, are they really the things that will help you realize like your ultimate goal, dream, or your ultimate happiness? Are they aligned with that? And for those types of dreams, are you giving it enough warmth? Are you giving it enough love, effort, sunlight, water? Please drink water. It's hot here in the Philippines. Are you giving it enough of that? Are you giving it enough love and effort and energy? You're really gonna see that starting this week. You're gonna be nudged to kind of, hey, take notice of these things, of the things that you're growing starting this week, and see if you're giving enough to it. Not even with like effort and stuff, but more of like energetics as well. Are you giving it enough of your energetics for this thing to kind of give you the type of reward that you're expecting from it, right? It's like if your goal is to kind of like have that super hot body, like, bikini body type thing, like beach body type thing, but then you only put in 1 day a month of exercise, or you don't really change how you eat, like, obviously it's not gonna give you the type of result that you are envisioning, because you want this thing, but the energetics is, showing otherwise. When you're manifesting, it's important that you believe in the thing, but you also have to do something in order to get to that thing. So if you want like a hot bikini bod, you're gonna have to put in some effort to change the way you're eating, if the way you're eating isn't really, isn't aligned with having that hot bod. Or do physical activities, doing exercises that will help you get to that hot bod. Getting enough sleep, trying to lessen your stress. That's also a lot of things that you can do to get to that really healthy, like, sexy body, like, if that's what you want. That's just an example. Things are gonna get clearer, and you're gonna allow yourself to have more progress in terms of the things that you're manifesting, or the things that you're trying to turn into a reality, because you're finally seeing those things that you're not really seeing. So yeah, like those energetics of, is the sunlight enough? Am I putting enough time to work on this thing? Am I putting enough energy on this thing? Am I resting enough? Am I giving myself enough rest to recharge so that when I work on the thing that I'm manifesting, I'm also giving it 100% of my effort? Those are the things that are gonna be coming up or gonna be salient starting this week. So it's gonna be very important for you to take notice of that. Can I speak? Yes. And then Page of Pentacles, and then it's gonna be an amazing time now to, now that you know these things, kind of apply what, how do you say this? Like, now that you're seeing a lot of these things, it's also time now to apply the new things that you're learning about, how you're doing with your manifestation, and to apply these new methods. If with the the hot bod topic, if you feel like you're not putting in enough effort to kind of switch up how you're eating, then it would be a good time to apply something new. It's a good time to research on, what's a good diet for me, or what's a good eating lifestyle for me, what's a good sleep pattern for me. It's gonna be a lot of that. It's also a lot of pentacle energy. So all of these things, it's like working towards what you want in your practical life, so if you're thinking about getting a new job, you're really going to see what are the things that are you're not seeing before. You're gonna see it now in terms of how have I been approaching looking for a job, or getting this new business up, or whatever it is that you're working on. Some of the energetics that you were not seeing before, you're gonna see it starting this week, and that is going to help you recalibrate your manifestations or the efforts that you're making towards this new thing. There we go, I said it finally. Well, okay, so that's what's happening this week, and it feels like a very good week. It feels like a very good week. So with sunlight here, with my Sakura cards, I want to ask, how should we approach this new moon energy? But I feel like, obviously with how the cards have presented themselves right now, it's a lot of manifesting the thing that you want, with now your energies a lot more aligned, because now you're starting to see what it is that you haven't seen before. Yes, it's exciting. But really, like, whatever it is that you're working on, try to really be open right now, because also with Gemini, and before I open this card, I already have one. Gemini energy is also the magician in the tarot, so it's like really, really powerful. Gemini and Virgo is like Mercury. Gemini is the magician in the tarot as well, so like very powerful Mercury energy. So Gemini and Virgo, so it's really a really, really good time to manifest things right now. It's like really powerful. Like, messages that you may be getting can be really, really strong this week. It's a very powerful, like, magician manifesting energy. So if you want to take advantage of this energy to really kind of calibrate your manifestations, or calibrate your goals, this is a very good time to do so. And like with how I read the cards as well, it's like you're gonna be getting a lot of things cleared up for you in terms of your manifestations, or in terms of how you've been going about your goals so far. You're gonna get a lot of clarity this week. So it can be good to kind of plan how you're gonna incorporate that clarity that you receive this week into the goals that you're setting for yourself, and the goals that you're making happen for yourself. What is this card? The song. The song. Pay attention to the music that you're listening to as well. Make sure that I want to say that you want to make sure that the music that you're listening to is also kind of aligned to the goals that you're setting. If you want to make a playlist of songs that will help you get into that energy of whatever it is you want to feel when you're working on the things that you're working on, that would be great. And it's also kind of the dialogue that you're having with yourself, like how are you talking to yourself right now as well. You want to make sure that you're talking to yourself in a way that is gentle and kind, and also very also in alignment with how you want to treat yourself and how you want others to treat you, right? Because if you keep talking to yourself in like a very negative way, then it's not like to be very like this one, like not naman to be like a toxic positive type of person. But the dialogue that you have with yourself also plays a huge part in your energetics. If you find yourself talking negatively to yourself, it's also a good opportunity to like catch yourself and be like, oh, why am I talking to myself like this? Where did this come from? And then like really exploring that, and then how can you kind of turn your narrative, your personal narrative around, so that you're not speaking to yourself in a harsh way. It's really speaking to yourself with kindness, and also filling up your energy with through songs that are kind to you, or things like that. Change. Yay, see? It's also about the changes that you make. I'm gonna ask for one more. One of the things relating to change, I just remembered. One of the things that I manifested in the last new moon, it's clarity. Actually, I didn't really manifest for anything material in a sense, because I asked for clarity, and I got clarity, by the way, in like a very huge, I got it in a very huge way that helped me calibrate and change the way that I've been doing things. Hence why I've started doing videos on the YouTubes. But yeah, manifesting a kind of taking this new moon energy to ask the universe for ways or suggestions on how you can change your life up, and how you can be more aligned with your everyday. I feel like it's gonna be a very good idea. If you want to do it, I would really highly suggest it. Being able to communicate that well to the universe. So like how I asked it, I just asked for clarity. Maybe you can ask for clarity regarding the thing that you're manifesting, or the thing that you're working on. Going back to the hot bod example, like I'm asking you, universe, for clarity on what I can do to fast track my hot pod project, or something like that. So how can you switch things up, right? And the thunder, when the messages do come, make sure you listen to it. Make sure you keep your eyes open. Make sure you keep your eyes open, yes, including your third eye. Make sure you keep your eyes open to how the universe decides to give you that message. Because it's gonna be loud, it's gonna be clear, but it also may be unexpected. Okay? So, I'm not gonna, tell a lot about how I got the clarity, but I got my clarity in it was a kind of harsh for me personally, but it helped me really get my shiz together and change how I do stuff up, change how I do my stuff up, and make sure you just keep your eyes open and to keep your ears open, because I'm being drawn to this card again. It may come through song, it may come through the music you're listening to, it may come through, if you scroll social media a lot, it may come through social media messages, or it may just come from something else. Make sure you're listening to yourself as well. You're listening to yourself, you're listening to how you're feeling and how you react to certain things, right? Especially when it comes to whatever it is you're manifesting or whatever it is you're working on. If you feel like oh, it's time to work on this thing, and you feel that resistance of, oh, I'm too lazy to do it, or oh, I don't want to do it, can I just work on it tomorrow? Maybe kind of lean into that and explore that, like, why am I feeling lazy? If this is something that I want to work on, then the messages may come through there. The messages may come through how you're feeling. You can get clarity through that. So, do I want to get another card? Sure, let's get one more card, like a final card from Sunlight. This one. And lastly, the Mirror. So this is our last card. Again. What are the things that are being reflected to you during this week? It's kind of like how I said that. How are you feeling when it comes to the things that you're working on, the goals that you're working on? How are you feeling when it's time to work on that? How are you feeling in general right now, especially with the things that you're working on? Allow things to be reflected to you. If you want to talk to a friend and see, like, a friend that you trust or somebody that you trust, and like ask them, hey, I'm doing this thing right now, but this is how I'm doing, this is how I've been feeling, and then you ask them, kind of like, see how they reflect your thoughts back to you. It's gonna be helpful. But also just being very aware, being self-aware in a sense of how are you feeling, and how are you acting this week, and what does that tell you about the things that you're working on. It's really a lot of that. It's really a lot of clarity when it comes to whatever it is that you're working on. But really, this is asking you to really open your eyes, open your senses to receiving messages this week, because it feels like there's gonna be a lot of messages that are coming in this week, especially for those of us who are working on something, who are working on certain goals, manifesting certain goals. There's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna come up in terms of how you're working on it, like the practical stuff, like how you're working on it every day, and also like how your energy is going in terms of what you're working on. So there's a lot of that. So just keep your eyes open to see how things go with the things you're working on, and be ready to one, receive the messages, and be ready to calibrate, to pivot, to recalibrate yourself, and apply those messages wherever needed. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it. For this week's messages. I hope that it was understandable. I feel like I'm gonna have to watch this again to see if this is understandable. But I hope that it was, and I hope this resonates with you. Let me know how things are with you, how you're doing, and I hope that you have a lovely week, and I hope you have a lovely Gemini season, and I hope you have a lovely new moon. And I will see you in my next video. Yay! Bye bye!